Right, so we've just heard Russia have been cut off from SWIFT. We've then seen Christine Lagarde, who's the head of the ECB, European Central Bank, come out and say they're going to rush through regulatory framework because they still can regulate the on and off ramps to crypto, is what she's saying. In theory, this is correct if you can control where the IPs are, so where they're coming on and off, and also what they're coming on and off in. But the only thing they can really control at the minute is the euro and the dollar. And if Putin or anyone doesn't really want those two fiat currencies, then how are you going to control those on and off ramps? As I said, IP, because you can regulate exchanges where people come onto the internet, etc. But you can just VPN that like pretty easily. Even I can do that. This is where my speculations come into play, and obviously it's all my personal opinion and just speculations. There are a load of different other opportunities and different possibilities. This is just like one of the possibilities, I think. And just to add into this, it's not all bad. It doesn't all look doom and gloom for crypto. People have been using it to fund the Ukrainian army and to send aid and relief to Ukraine. I think they've raised like 5 million in like a day or something. So that's pretty awesome. And by the way, I don't want to come across like any of this isn't affecting me. I feel like the situation in Ukraine is just awful, but I'm still giving my opinions on my channel about crypto. So what do I think Russia will do? Well, we know they've backed their reserves up to $630 billion worth of gold. I think they'll create a CBDC tied to gold. We saw as soon as these SWIFT sanctions came out, India tweeted that they were looking for an alternative way to trade with Russia. This is where it gets super interesting. The BRICS nations, so Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, have all tested RippleNet, and most of them have referenced the use of XRP. Now, all of us far-fetched, insane XRP theorists don't look as far-fetched and insane right now as we did before. This could be a blessing in disguise for America, because if all of those BRICS nations start running on the XRPL and using XRP as a neutral bridge asset between their new CBDCs, maybe we'll have gold-backed stablecoins, or however they're going to like create their stablecoins, but use XRP as a settlement token. It's about the only way that America can still stay in control. If they move to any other asset, something like massively decentralized like Bitcoin, then America aren't going to have the majority control. But as Ripple is based in America still, and they are the steward of the 50 billion XRP escrow, there is a deal to be done with the USA and Ripple. This is where the buyback theory of the escrow gets way less far-fetched now. Do I know what sort of price they priced that at? No, but there's definitely a conversation there to be had. How long is it before Brad Garlinghouse goes on a walk with Joe Biden and says, look, or the other way around, and says, look, Joe, we can help you out. So this is where it's interesting for me now, like where's the next step? What happens next? You obviously want to sanction them, but you don't want to sanction them and then they can then go around the sanctions. You want to sanction them and then hopefully if they go around it, you can still control what they go around it into.